Alright, so now the easy stuff is done. Moving on to the difficult stuff. The difficult stuff being this friggin' stone generator. So the idea here, we have an observer down here. The idea is to observe the water. We have two pistons, with the piston blocking the lava, with the piston that moves the stone, and we do not remove, or we do not let the lava through until we see the water down here. That's the idea. Right? So the observer, when the observer sees the water, then we retract this piston to let the lava through. The problem with this is that the observer, it sees the water coming in and it sends a signal. It sees the water going away and it sends a signal. And the water, as it is going away, the water level goes down. Whenever the water level changes, the observer also sends a signal. So the observer sends a lot of different signals, and they all mean different things, but it's the same signal. So there's no good way to differentiate between whether there is water or is not water. Like, if there is water, it sends a signal. If there isn't water, it sends a signal. It's just the same signal, no matter what happens. Aside from that little problem, this works great. So let me just break some of this. The clock pushes those two pistons, and then when it sees the water, it retracts and lets the lava through. See how slow the lava is? So that timing is off, and then that retracts. See that? Just there, it retracted that before the water actually appeared. It's a little fast, so it's hard to see. So this is what it's supposed to do. Right, the clock pushes both pistons, and then when the water goes down, then it retracts the lava. That's what it's supposed to do. So this is when it works properly. Alright, it sees the water and then retracts the piston. Except when the timing on the water is not what you expect. See, like that there? There's no water down there. How did it retract the piston? It's because it's not consistent, right? So that sees the water, retracts the piston, and then this part, when it pushes forward? Yeah, no. And the issue is, like, it's hard to see there. I can show you down here what the issue is. Let me put these down. We're gonna be building. So here, with doing water removal, right? So first of all, I'm gonna break this. Don't worry about those other things. Here we have the lever activating these pistons, right? Hey, Dweb. The pistons are waterlogged. The observers are watching the water flowing down. And then the observers are tied to the pistons back there. So if we cut the water, what the hell is that? When you cut the water drains away, but it doesn't drain away in a predictable manner. So when the water comes in, that's easy. Like when the water's coming in, it's just 1. But when the water drains away, it's completely unpredictable. And it's different every single time. So measuring water coming in, simple. But you can't do that without also measuring the water going out. And when the water goes out, it does that. So what the hell is that? So the way to get around this is, if I put this back. So down here, we have more pistons. Oh, you can't see it here because I had to block. Down here, we have the observers, and then we have honey blocks. So we have pistons pushing the observers forward as well. So now instead of waiting for the water to drain away by itself, we push blocks into the space to just to displace the water immediately. So this destroys the flowing water immediately. Instead of waiting for it to go away by itself, we just destroy it. And that is more predictable, much more predictable. So now if we pull this back, the pistons do that. It does that twice because when the observer moves, it activates once, and then when the water comes down, it activates again. So now it's 2 signals. So you push everything forward, and you come out, 1 and 2. And it has to be 2. If there's no water there, so if for whatever reason the water doesn't flow, and it happens, the water won't flow. It won't flow immediately when you load in the chunks. So if you like step away and then you go out of the simulation distance and then you come back into simulation distance, sometimes the water doesn't flow immediately, and so then the water would be missing. So if the water is missing, you get 1 signal, but not the second one on there, because there we don't have water, right? There's no water here, so there was no second signal there. And this is consistent, the speed is consistent, and we don't have the random water moving around. Okay. And this should allow us to have a stone generator that never generates cobblestone, in theory. In theory, okay. Now I just have to build the rest of the thing. Now I just have to build the rest of the thing. Question is, do I build it here or do I start a new one? I mean, all of this is basically how it needs to be. No, there still needs to be a whole lot of more stuff. Alright, so let me get rid of this first of all. And I might even get rid of the water, maybe. I'm gonna think about that. Let me break those. Break those. Break that. So these things are gonna be on a different timer, maybe? And this is not gonna be pistons right away. I'm gonna need more pistons. Alright, so then we're up here. This is the lava. The lava is above here. I need glass. Right up to there. For now, I'm not going to put the lava in yet, because this is not... I have this in my head. I'm just not sure if this works. Can break that. Can technically break that. Does this glass need to be here? Yes, this glass is stopping the water from spilling out the back. Okay. And it shouldn't be glass. This shouldn't be glass. Because we need to activate. I forgot the plan. What's the plan again? I forgot what the plan was. We need to activate those pistons. I guess we also activate the top pistons. No, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this can't be glass. This needs to be solid blocks. Because we're activating the top 2 rows of pistons. Well, I mean, there's only 2 rows of pistons. Except it's glass there, so it's gonna let all the water out. Alright, let me put some holes in the ground. To catch any water. And I'm gonna let the water out. That didn't catch the water. Why didn't that catch the water? Oh, there's a hole here? Okay. There was a torch here. I don't even know where it went now. Alright, so that's gonna catch the water, that's gonna catch the water, that's gonna catch the water. Interesting. The water doesn't wash out the repeaters. Right, so we have to... The clock activates these 2. The lava is gonna be at this level. And then redstone blocks. So I need to design this so it fits into that space, is the issue. And there's not that much headroom to work with. Redstone blocks, but let's see how this goes for now. Redstone blocks. And then honey and slime blocks. And then pistons. I have pistons. Like, how do we activate these things with the lava right next to it, is the question. So the trick is... So the lava's in there. Pistons. Not that one. Pistons there. Hold on. Crap. I thought it was the other way around. So the release... The release has to go all the way around the clock. Crap. Ah, nuts. Okay, this wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. What did I think it was gonna be? Um... How the hell do we do this? I want the clock. Um... Uh... The space... Like, anyway, what I thought would happen is... Alright, slime and honey. And this would move the redstone block underneath. Oh, that powers that anyway. Okay, well, but now, okay, we see what the problem is. Okay, so this was not gonna work. This was not gonna work. I need to arrange this in a different way. This is lava. It's the problem. This is lava is the problem. If these are blocks, and then if we repeat it into the blocks, then it'll power the things below, but we can't put repeaters there because we have these redstone here. Right, so if that's going to be like that, we can. Pistons that way. Now it's still the same problem that the wire has to go all the way around to push it away. Uh, Up and down is the best way to do this. Oh no, don't do that. What's going on? Put that back. Put that back. So up and down. Except there. That's coming out there. Right, so, okay. So if we put blocks here. Like that. This is so complicated. I'm not gonna build this thing right away. I'm gonna like spend a whole week trying to optimize this probably. So this activates the middle pistons. These things activate the middle pistons. And then these things activate the top pistons. And then the observer activates this stuff. Oh, Jesus. No. Well, I mean, maybe. Super awkward. Clock? So this has to be the middle pistons is just on a clock, and the clock has to go to there. This is a lot more convoluted than I thought it'd be. The clock just goes there. But we need to somehow activate those. Like this is bad. We don't want to do this. Because there's not enough space down here, right? So what I think I want to do lift that up by 1. And go into there. I think this works. Not 100% sure, so if I power in there, what happens? Only that extends. Okay, that's what I want. And then we need to glue this. To glue this. 3 blocks out because this is there. The piston has to be 1 block further out, right? Oh, this is ginormous, this thing. Can I make this smaller? Anyway, so there, observer is there. And then this goes to the piston. This goes to the piston. Um, but the piston is right underneath that. And because they're all side by side, the signal cannot be allowed to go sideways. It has to be just straight through without any interference to neighboring rows on the neighboring columns. It has to activate that one.